Hello. So today we'll be continuing with the systemic histology slides. Coming to slide number 16. So try to identify the slide and give points in favor of its identification. So mucous membrane has been focused. This is lined by the tall columnar epithelium with striated border. Apart from the mucous membrane, the fibromuscular layer is seen, which is composed of both the fibrous tissue mixed with smooth muscle cells. The given slide is that of gallbladder. So this consists of three layers. The mucous membrane lined by tall columnar epithelium with a striated border. The mucosa is highly folded. The diverticula of mucosa called as of Rokitansky sinuses dip into the lamina propria. The fibromuscular layer is composed of fibrous tissue mixed with smooth muscle cells. The smooth muscles run in various directions. It can be longitudinal, circular, and oblique. The outermost layer is the adventitia, or it can be serosa, depending upon the section. Yes, next, coming to slide number 17. Try to identify the slide and give points in favor of identification. So hexagonal shaped hepatic globules are seen, which contains in the center a central vein. At the peripheral margin, portal triad is seen, which contains the hepatic artery, the bile ductule, and the portal vein. So given slide is that of liver. So hexagonal shaped hepatic globules, which contains a central vein. The hepatocytes are arranged in anastomosing plates of cords. They are one cell thick, radiating from the central vein. Cells are separated from each other by vascular hepatic sinusoids. So hepatocytes are polyhedral in shape. It contains a nucleus which is rounded. Apart from this, the portal triads are seen at the angles. So each portal triad contains a portal vein, hepatic artery, and a bile ductule. Coming to slide number 18, try to identify the slide and give points in favor of its identification. So in pars anterior, glandular cells are seen. Pars intermedius, which contains colloid filled vesicles, and pars posterior, also called as pars nervosa, which contains unmyelinated nerve fibers. So the given slide is that of pituitary gland. So pars anterior, also called as adenohypophysis. Here it contains groups of cells separated by connective tissue. It also contains sinusoids. So these cells are, it can be either chromophils or chromophobes. In case of chromophils, it can be acidophils or basophils. Then pars intermedius, it contains colloid filled vesicles and a few beta cells. Then pars posterior, it contains unmyelinated nerve fibers. Along with that, we are seeing cells called pituocytes. Yes, slide number 19. Try to identify the slide and give points in favor of identification. So in this slide, colloid filled vesicles are seen. In between these colloid filled vesicles, parafollicular cells are also seen. So given slide is the thyroid gland. So this consists of colloid filled vesicles. So each follicle will be lined by either it can be simple squamous or cuboidal or columnar epithelium depending on the amount of colloid. These cells will be resting on the basal lamina. In between the follicles, it contains a delicate connective tissue which contains a dense plexus of fenestrated capillaries. Apart from this, the parafollicular cells, which are oval or polyhedral in shape, are present in between the follicles. They can be either single or in small groups. These cells also lie within the follicle basement membrane, but they do not reach the follicular lumen. Just coming to slide number 20. So try to identify the slide and give points in favor of its identification. So this tissue basically contains an outer cortex and inner medulla. The cortex comprises of three zones, that is zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, and zona reticularis. The given slide is that of adrenal gland, also called as suprarenal gland. It is covered by capsule. So it contains an outer cortex and inner medulla. The cortex contains three zones. The zona glomerulosa, which contains small polyhedral cells. So these cells are arranged in rounded groups or curved columns. The second zone is zona fasciculata, consists of large polyhedral cells arranged in straight columns, 2 cell wide. In between the columns are fenestrated venous sinuses. Then the third zone is called as zona reticularis, containing branching and interconnecting columns of round cells. In the medulla, there are groups or columns of chromaffin cells. These cells are separated by wide sinusoids. Apart from this, single or small groups of neurons are also present in the medulla. Just coming to slide number 21, try to identify the slide and give points in favor of identification. This slide has also been shown in the general slides. Septa is seen, which is dividing the tissue into a number of lobules. So serous acini with centroacinar cells are seen, and interlobular ducts have been focused. Apart from this, the islets of Langerhans are also seen. So the given slide is that of pancreas. So it is a mixed gland which contains both the exocrine and endocrine components. The exocrine part made up of serous acini, which contains the centroacinar cells. So these cells are having a typical bipolar staining. Intralobular ducts and interlobular ducts both are present. Intralobular ducts are the intercalated and striated ducts. So next, coming to the endocrine part, which contains the islets of Langerhans, comprising of alpha cells, beta cells and delta cells. These islets are richly supplied by capillaries. The islets are separated from the exocrine part by a delicate connective tissue. Yes, coming to slide number 22, try to identify the slide and give points in favor of identification. So in this slide, you can see the capsule covering the outer cortical part. A glomerulus has been focused, and also the medulla has been focused. The given slide is that of a kidney. It is covered by capsule. It contains an outer cortex and an inner medulla. The cortex contains of renal corpuscles, which comprises of the Bowman's capsule and tuft of capillaries. Apart from this, the proximal convoluted tubule, which is large, lined by cuboidal epithelium with brush border. The lumen is small. This proximal convoluted tubule stains strongly with eosinophilic stain. It has a central rounded nucleus. Apart from this, the distal convoluted tubule also is seen here, which is also lined by the cuboidal epithelium, which is short, containing microvilli. These cells stain lightly with eosin. Compared to PCT, the lumen will be larger. So within the medulla, there are straight segments of nephron, that is a descending limb lined by low cuboidal epithelium, ascending limb lined by squamous epithelium, a thick loop of Henle lined by cuboidal epithelium, and collecting ducts lined by simple cuboidal epithelium. The lumen will be comparatively larger. Just coming to slide number 23, try to identify the slide and give points in favor of its identification. A star-shaped lumen has been focused, which is lined by the transitional epithelium. A thick muscular layer is seen, and outermost adventitia has been focused. So the given section is that of ureter. It contains a star-shaped lumen. It is made up of three layers: the mucosa, muscular layer, and the adventitia. The mucosa lined by transitional epithelium. The muscle layer comprised of inner muscular layer, so which is longitudinal, and outer circular layer. The adventitia contains collagen and elastic fibers. Apart from this, blood vessels, lymphatics, nerves, and occasional adipocytes are seen. Slide number 24. Try to identify the slide and give points in favor of identification. The transitional epithelium has been focused and a very thick muscular layer is present. The given slide is that of the urinary bladder. So it contains three layers: the mucosa, the muscle layer, and the adventitia. The mucosa lined by transitional epithelium. The cells may be binucleated. Lamina propria contains loose fibroelastic connective tissue, and rudimentary muscularis mucosa may be present. The muscle coat is called as the detrusor muscle. There are three layers: inner and outer longitudinal layer and middle circular layer. The adventitia is made up of connective tissue.